Ready. Play.
Zverev plays another backhand drop shot. I like some of these backhand drop shots from Zverev though. I think he's introduced it like 4 times, and every single time it's been. But now we have a third match point for Alexander Zverev, and in fact, it's an ace out wide. Alexander Zverev seems pretty tired, to be honest. After this, of course, the conditions pretty brutal today, but he beats Tommy Paul 7-6, 7-6, 2-6, 6-1. So what happened there? I mean, yeah, definitely a story of the first two sets, as someone said earlier, and we had a 7-6 7-1 set for Zverev in the opener, and then 7-6 7-0 in the breaker in the second set. But what happened was that Tommy broke first at 5-all. He was definitely the one creating more pressure on the Zverev serve. He was the one attacking his forehand more, and when he had that confidence to go after his forehand line, get to the net, he was playing better than Zverev for the first three sets, really. But then the first set, he serves for it at 6-5. He has a set point there. I think he misses a pretty, like, let's say, random error of the ground, backhand down the line. And then eventually Zverev breaks back, and the tiebreak is, just up an avalanche. And then the second set, pretty much the same story. Although Tommy gets the early break there, he gets to 5-3. This time the set point comes on the Zverev serve at 5-4. And I think on the set point he couldn't actually do all that much, but then there's a deuce point as well where he misses the easiest volley of the match, really, otherwise being fantastic at the net throughout. And he doesn't get another set point from there. He gets to another tiebreak, and that one is even more abysmal. But then he starts the third set with an early break, and he kind of keeps rolling with it, gets to a 2-break advantage. You can see once more that, yeah, he's the proactive player. He's at the net. He's crushing his forehand. But unfortunately, in some of these key moments, especially the breakers, but also the 5-3 game in the second set when he was serving for it, that's obviously the shot that tends to break down for Tommy, and the confidence wasn't fully there. He was making a lot of errors off the ground. And the fourth set, yeah, just finally for the first time in the match, we have a set where Zverev is the dominating player, let's say, at least in terms of the score. In terms of the patterns, still it was a little more even, I guess, than the previous three. And yeah, I think what was demonstrated today is that despite Tommy being like definitely the better player for most of the first three sets, just the fact that you're 2 sets to love down, it's going to be tough to come back. It's not going to be easy. This is just the tennis scoreboard in its full kind of and definitely just displayed the characteristics of the tennis scoring system in its fullest extent in the best of five format, especially. It feels like Tommy has a shot because his level is there. In fact, it might be even stronger than Zverev. But the fact that he choked these first 2 sets away is just way too much to overcome at some point. And after 3 hours and 28 minutes, we have Tommy Paul out of the tournament, Alexander Zverev arriving in the semifinals, where he's going to play Carlos Alcaraz or Novak Djokovic. The watch-alongs will keep coming today on the Talking Tennis channel, Sabalenka Pavlyuchenkova, and I think Djokovic Alcaraz as well. So make sure to tune into these. We don't have the last ball drops anymore because it doesn't really make sense after the quarters, when we're doing most of the matches anyway in terms of the streams. But yeah, I mean, still an enjoyable-ish match, I think. Tommy had a lot of fun moments. There was the whole storyline of the first and second set. I think it was definitely worth seeing. After that, it kind of fell apart. It's a win ugly type of win, and I think Jake is very right that Zverev looks relieved when he won this. Like he looks tired, he looks relieved. He just looks like basically he knows that he was up against the wall here, and he basically didn't need to win this match. Like this isn't a match that he was in control of, let's just say, for the most part. And I think I said it pre-match as well, that I was going to be that this is basically a match where Zverev has got nothing to lose, and that's the other way around. Has got kind of like nothing to gain and a lot to lose, because you just expect him to win this. You expect him to earn himself another chance at a potential major final, major title, even maybe for the first time. And you kind of have to get to that Alcaraz Djokovic match, right? When you're Zverev here, you just have to basically do your job today, and that's a tough position to be in. Maybe that was playing with him for some time as well. But yeah, the relief that was definitely there when he won. I think he knows that this was not the cleanest win, and still he gets through just by being a little bit stronger than Tommy mentally in the first 2 sets. Who is on the next two streams? I honestly don't want to say, Jake, because I don't know. I think Fergus is on the Sabalenka Pavlyuchenkova one, probably with John, from what he said earlier in the chat. I don't know about the other one, so I can't tell you. Are the semis and final going to be night sessions, Nurlan? Well, the semis, they are both on the same day. So basically, the first semi is in the day session. The second semi is in the night session, whereas the final is in the night session. Yes. And I think the way they do it now in Australia is that both the women's semis are in the night session too, right? Because it used to be different. Like it used to be two women's semifinals in the day session on Thursday and one men's singles semifinal in the night session on Thursday, and then another semi was on Friday. But thankfully they let go of that, and now both men's singles semifinals are the same day. So one is basically day session, like more or less starting around the time that this one did, I think, or maybe like an hour later, just like Djokovic Sinner last year, if you remember that. Of course, that was the one where it was in the days in the heat, and kind of people were complaining about that. Anyway, that's going to be the schedule for Friday, and in terms of the final, it is going to be night session. Yes. All right. So I guess with that, we can basically close out the stream. Keep tuning into our content, and there's going to be more watch-alongs today.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.